So in this video, we will be discussing the first 6 chapters of Let's Explore Diabetes with Owls by David Sedaris. Now, in my past videos, I have really hyped David Sedaris up as being this really hilarious writer, and I think that's because those are the parts of his books I always remember best, and you will indeed find his books in the humor section at the bookstore usually. But as I was reading these first 6 chapters, I couldn't help but think, damn, these first-time Sedaris readers are gonna think this might be a little bit dark, because there are some pretty heavy underlying themes in these first 6 chapters, including sexuality and race and the approval of your parents. Now, whenever I've read previous David Sedaris books, I always thought it was so great how he can make you laugh really hard in one sentence, and then in the very next sentence make you think really hard. And I think that says a lot about how carefully crafted his essays are, and so far in this book, I have not been disappointed. So I have marked some of my favorite parts to show you, just like a real book club. Except I don't have to wear pants for this. And I'm not. I really like the last few lines in the chapter Memory Lapse where he alludes to never really being able to see his dad's face when he wins the race. And then the part that I found funniest was at the beginning of A Friend in the Ghetto when the salesman is trying to sell him a phone. I am hoping this morning to interest you in a cell phone, he announced, but not just any cell phone. This one takes pictures that you can send to your friends. I'm sorry, I told him, but I don't have any friends. Oh, that really hit home with me in a sad sort of way. But my favorite chapter out of these first 6 was Loggerheads. There were several different stories and themes weaving in and out of that chapter, and I think sometimes that can make it seem too busy. But I thought everything in that chapter flowed really well, and all of the stories and themes sort of came together in a really nice way. However, there is one chapter I thought felt really out of place, and that was Think Differenter. And I hope you read the author's note, because Sedaris mentions he's sprinkled 6, I guess, fictional monologues throughout the book from the points of view of a woman, a father, and a 16-year-old with a fake British accent. And I am assuming Think Differenter was one of those monologues from the point of view of a father, because I do not think that that was David Sedaris' life. And I didn't think it was a bad chapter or anything, but it did seem a little bit empty and a little bit out of place next to some of the more personal essays and some of the really personal things that he writes about. And next week we will be discussing the next 6 chapters from If I Ruled the World to A Guy Walks Into a Bar Car, which I believe is only about 65 pages, so that should be another easy read. This week, feel free to let me know in the comments some of your thoughts on the book so far. You can let me know some of your favorite chapters or parts, what you think of the side-by-side funny/serious tone, or maybe if you did actually really enjoy the monologue chapter. And I will be featuring some of your comments in the final review video of this book when we are done with it. So I will see you guys Wednesday.